And we are live. This is Yonkers Voice in front of 461 Riverdale Avenue, where a horrendous assault took place last Friday, March 11th, in the evening at approximately 6:15 p.m. And one of the things that's striking about this crime, in addition to its viciousness, is that it took place adjacent to the 3rd Precinct in downtown Southwest Yonkers. Now, we're going to walk you through what happened on that evening. The victim was coming home from shopping. She opened the door, and as she opened the door, she attempted to get through the second door. But while she was standing here, a gentleman came behind her as she was standing in this position. He sucker punched her in a roundhouse punch. The woman fell, and then he proceeded to pummel her 125 times. In addition to pummeling her 125 times, he kicked her 7 times, then spat on her twice. The victim was a small Filipino woman who's lived here for a number of years. She's a widow. She has 2 children. She's now in the hospital with bruises, bleeding on the brain, broken bones, and she has an extensive recovery before her. The perp, on the other hand, calmly walked out after the assault, stood here, and according to some people, yelled at passerbys incoherently, and then waited for the police to come and arrest him. Now, obviously, the police didn't have to come that far, since we said earlier in the broadcast that the precinct is right around the corner. But that just adds to the barbarity of the crime. The crime is being classified as a hate crime because when the victim passed the perpetrator, he yelled anti-Asian slurs, calling her an Asian, and I'll say it on camera, an Asian bitch. It's not known at this time if the two know each other. According to some people who live in this building, the perp lives in this building with a relative. We don't know that for sure, so that's yet to be confirmed. But what we do know is that the victim lives here and has lived here for a number of years. She's well liked by her neighbors, never causes any problems. Just an unassuming woman who had been out shopping for the day, came home and was brutally beaten by the perp, who's a 42-year-old African-American male. His name is Tamel Esco. He has an extensive rap sheet totaling I believe 14 arrests. In addition to those 14 arrests, half of those arrests are felonies. As late as February of 2021, he was accused of tossing a woman through a glass plate window. We don't know if he was charged with that crime. We don't know what the conclusion was of that crime. But the point to be made is that this was a man with an extensive criminal history who was out on the streets, who decided, for reasons unknown to us, that he was going to beat a small Filipino woman for no reason in the lobby of her building, who was guilty of nothing but coming home from a shopping trip and minding her own business. We will have more for you as the story develops. The Esco is now in custody. He has a court appearance on March 25th, and his charge has been upgraded to, I believe it's 2nd-degree attempted murder. So this is Yonkers Voice coming to you live. Stay tuned to Yonkers Voice for the latest information, for the latest updates. You can check us out on Facebook, and you can also check us out on YouTube.